Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you guys some delicious healthy cookie recipes. They're paleo recipes, they're easy to make, gluten-free, grain-free, and most importantly, delicious. And they are made with such good whole foods so that you can still be healthy and enjoy delicious treats, which is what this channel is all about, is eating really delicious, healthy food. So yeah, I'm really excited to share them. Let's go ahead and jump into the cookies. The first healthy cookies we are making are these banana bread cookies. Start off with some bananas. I like to bake mine at 350 for 10 minutes until they get nice and black. It really helps to bring out the sweetness in the bananas and also makes them easier to mash. Just be careful because they are quite warm when they get out of the oven. So as you can see, it's a bit hard to handle because the outsides are quite hot. So just be careful. So you're gonna need 3 of those. And the great thing about this recipe is we're only using bananas for sweetness. So it's a great natural sweetener and it's something that's also easy to find and it just adds so much flavor. So I'm adding in some ground flax. Now ground flax is full of fiber. And then we have the healthy fats from the nut butter. So the combo of the fiber from the flax as well as the nut butter gives us the fats and fiber that make these cookies really nice and satisfying. It also helps to balance out blood sugar because of the fiber, so we're not getting so much of a blood sugar spike. Fiber is also really good for gut health, for feeding all of that great gut bacteria, and like I said, helps you feel satisfied. I add in some chocolate chips and kind of fold those in. Now, depending if you are using bananas from the oven, your chocolate chips do melt a bit. My batter was quite warm, so it really infused and melted the chocolate into this. If you want more chocolate chip chunks, don't bake your bananas or wait till your baked bananas have cooled before making your batter, because otherwise the chocolate does melt, which I really enjoy because then you get kind of like a marbled banana bread cookie. Up to you. So you decide. And then all you have to do is scoop them out. I made 8 cookies and they're so easy and delicious. They're made with only, 4 ingredients. It's easy to do. So scoop that out. And then all you have to do is bake them at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes, 12 to 14. Just eye them at the 12-minute mark to see when they are done. And then you have these wonderful fiber-filled cookies. They are so delicious and easy to make. Next up, we are making some Bellossom cookies. So I'm taking some date sugar, but you can also use coconut sugar. I was just out and date is what I had on hand. To that, I'm adding in nut butter. You can use any kind of nut or seed butter that you have. And this definitely holds true for the banana bread cookies as well. If you can't have nuts, just simply use a sunflower seed butter or a pumpkin seed butter to make those nut-free. Then we are going to be adding in an egg. You can definitely whisk up the egg if you want beforehand. I honestly just add it in to the bowl. It's easier. And then we just mix that up until our batter gets nice and smooth. And then to this, we are going to be adding in a little bit of baking soda. This is another really easy cookie recipe, just like the first one, that really uses things you probably already have on hand. So kind of just stir that up until you get a nice thick dough. So then we are going to be spooning out our dough onto our cookie sheet. And both for this one and the last cookie recipe, I would suggest using a silicone mat on the bottom or lining it with parchment paper or greasing it, just something so that your cookies don't stick, because we don't want stuck cookies. That would be really sad. So we scoop everything out into our little molds, and mine are about the size of golf balls. You can definitely make them larger if you want to, or smaller if you want to. And then I just bake them off for 10 minutes. Now the key here, I would say 8 to 10 minutes when they get golden. And then when they're still warm, this is key, that's when you take the chocolate square and you push it into the center. It has to be when they are right out of the oven and the cookies are still soft, because then it kind of hugs and hardens around that piece of chocolate. You could also do a peanut butter cup here, whatever you want. But these are honestly such an easy and tasty cookie to make. They are full of flavor, only a few ingredients, and I love the little square of chocolate on the top. It just adds a little something to these delicious, healthy cookies. And then we are making some tahini chocolate cookies. So I'm taking half a cup of tahini. You can also, again, use any nut or seed butter here. I really like the flavor of the tahini in these though, so I would really suggest that. To that, I'm adding in some coconut oil. I find it better not to melt it for this recipe and to use it kind of more in its solid form for mixing. I'm adding in a little bit of vanilla for flavor along with an egg. Now in both this recipe and the previous one, I haven't tested out a flax egg recipe. I feel like a flax egg would work still very well for the Bellossom cookies, but I'm not sure it would totally work for these ones. So that's just a little bit of guidance. If you do use one and it works, definitely come back, let me know so that others can know as well. So mix up all of your wet ingredients until everything is nice and smooth. Then I'm adding in a little bit of maple syrup for sweetness. You can use your favorite liquid sweetener here, like a honey instead, or if you don't want to use a liquid sweetener, you can use a granulated one like coconut sugar or date sugar. You just may want to add like a little bit less because it is a drier sugar, so it would like change the consistency of the batter. We add in some coconut flour, some cacao, and some baking soda for our dry ingredients, and then we are going to fold everything together. Now, the secret for this recipe, this also goes for a lot of chocolate chip recipes. To get that really good bakery style flavor, it's really good to chill your dough. Now, you don't have to chill your dough for too long, 10-15 minutes, but if you can even leave it overnight, this really keeps well overnight and then baking them the next day. I'm folding in some chocolate chips, but this is optional. It just depends if you want kind of like that added chocolate flavor into your chocolate cookie. So once your dough is chilled for at least 10 minutes, but ideally overnight, go ahead and scoop it out. I'm just using a little ice cream scoop and pressing them down slightly. Now these cookies definitely do spread a bunch. They are more of a bakery style cookie, so don't feel like you need to press them down too much. We just don't want them to turn into golf balls. So I just gently press them down so that they have a bit of guidance to go flat. So I'm scooping them out, and this made 6 cookies for me. You can definitely make them smaller if you want, and you don't want such a large bakery style cookie. This is optional, but I like adding on a few chocolate chunks on the top. I find it just makes the cookie kind of, nice and pretty on the top for aesthetics, but this part is totally optional. After you bake them off, they will be these giant bakery style cookies. Just make sure you allow them to cool before moving them. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which cookie you want to try first. I think my favorite of all of them are like the Bellossom cookies because they're just so easy to make and you just need a couple ingredients. They're so good, but to be honest, they're all really delicious. I will leave my last healthy dessert video here on the screen so that you can check it out, get lots more healthy desserts because, desserts are delicious and we can have them every day when they're made with really good whole foods. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.